Hey, what's up everybody? Rob Harper with Harpers Classics. Thanks for tuning in, taking a look at the channel. Give me a like, give me a comment there. I appreciate that. But yeah, this is Harpers Classics. So this is kind of like a hobby and something I do on the side, and I've been doing it for years. And been in this hobby with my dad and my parents through restorations of cars, collecting cars, buying or selling some cars over the years. But yeah, it's going to be dedicated to mostly muscle cars. Won't say there won't be other things in there because I kind of like everything from hot rods to exotics and things like that. But yeah, a little insight into the garage and some of the cars. And so that's what this channel is going to be all about. So I appreciate it. And with that, if you want, we'll kind of get started and taking a look at some of the cars that we've got here. So we look around the shop a little bit. The shop's kind of split into two. We built the shop this way, so we got kind of a work side on this side with a 4-post lift, and then we'll get to it in a few minutes. There's some cars on the other side, and we'll kind of go through some of those cars on that side as well. Can't really see great because of the reflection there in the window, but yeah, let's get started on this first one here. So this is a 1963 Corvette split window, original red interior car, really nice solid car. Had a restoration done on it several years ago, and it just shows really well, super clean, great carpet and great seats. They did a great restoration on this car, super straight body. All the chrome and stainless is really nice on this car. This is a 300 horse or an RD, which is the 327 300 horse with a 4-speed. When they did the restoration on it, they did put the 340 intake and 340 carb on it, which is kind of cool, really sought after. But as you can see, just nice restoration on it. Very little miles on this car since it was done. And we'll put the hood down, kind of walk around a little bit and show you. You see the stainless and the chrome is just outstanding on this car. Great body lines, great gaps. Original hubcaps and steel wheels on it. Good gaps throughout the hood and the hood light buckets. Gorgeous paint job. There's just not much wrong with this car. This car will be available soon. I'll probably be bringing it to the market. Hopefully we can find a new owner for it sometime soon. We'll keep going around. Beside it right here is a 1967 Corvette Coupe L79 with air conditioning, side pipes, and power steering. So this is a really cool straight car. Great Sunfire yellow paint job on this car. Chrome is really good. It's got the reproduction bolt-on knockoffs on it, which is fantastic for driving. Standard black interior is in great shape. Just a really nice driver quality car. This car right now I do have on the market. It's available. Got a lot of interest in it. Sunfire yellow is like one of my favorite colors in the mid-years. And it just shows and pops really well in the summertime or in the sun. All right, so car number 3 is another 1963 Corvette split window. This is a real red, black 340 horse car. So it's got the RE stamping on the motor, original broach marks on the motor, 4-speed, power brakes. It's wearing a pair of the 64 bolt-on knockoffs, which look really well. But since this car is coming to market, I do have a set, you can see over here, of the original style tires with the pie cuts, steel wheels, and hubcaps. This set does go with that second split window, the red-black 340 horse. So I'm offering those with the car. This car is currently on Facebook Marketplace. Also have it on eBay right now. And maybe going to bring a trailer or something like that if it doesn't find a new home. But super straight car, great body, and the restoration photos on it, you could tell that it's got all the original bonding strips. You can see all the factory bonding strips within the restoration photos under the paint when it was in bare fiberglass. Great 340, again, power brake car, great restoration on it. Just a very clean, nice car, nice solid body. Really nice chrome and stainless. Again, the body lines on this car are just phenomenal. Good gaps on the hood, hood light buckets, all appear to be factory gaps. So there's the first 3 cars, and we'll keep moving here. Why don't I step through the shop here and I'll show you some of the other cars that we've got. Talk a little bit about them, but maybe down the road we'll probably do some other features or something like that on some of the cars. First one I'll point out is the one right behind me. That's a 1967 427 390 Corvette. That has got 30,000 original miles. Everything on that car is original. Top flight, also qualified for survivor judging before we stop showing the car. So maybe we'll get that car back out into the market and the show scene here soon. Really cool car, fine 427, 67, mid-year, that's wearing its original factory paint and original interior. But we'll do something on that car, maybe special at some point, do a separate story on it. Beside that car is really neat, probably one of the last 1965 mid-year Corvette Fuelies. So we had this car restored a few years ago. It's got about 50 or 60 miles on it since the restoration. And I can turn this around and I'll show you this particular car. So as you can see, it's got just an absolutely gorgeous interior. Everything is fresh on it. Yeah, right now it looks like it's got about 62 miles on it. So we did this restoration frame off, concourse style. It's got all the original factory markings on it. Numbers match, and everything on this car is date code correct. Really late Fuelie car. It was built, I think, in the last 2 weeks of production. And they made a little over 770, if I remember right, Fuelies in 1965. So with a little over 700 cars, last 2 weeks production, this might be one of the last Nassau blue fuel injected mid-year Corvettes with the blue-white interior. Have the original hardtop for it, but everything on this car is just immaculate and outstanding. Share with you some of the other cars here. Probably do something on these down the road as well. This is a 1972 LS5 with air conditioning, which is the 454 big block, Targa blue, matching hardtop, fully loaded car, air conditioning. Beside it is another 1972 big block LS5 in Targa blue. That was one of the first cars that we had. I'll probably do something more on that down the road too. Factory air, about 20 miles on it since its restoration. Top flight, it's had several top flight awards on that car. And then finally, this last car is a 1972 LS5, 454 big block automatic Canadian export car. The really unique thing about this car is 1,700 original miles. So Bloomington Gold Survivor, benchmark car, Triple Crown, NCRS 5 stars. So this car has received every award. In fact, this car actually spent a couple of years in the Corvette Museum when they had the 50th anniversary display back in 2003. So in 2003, this car represented 1972 as part of that 50th anniversary special display where they chose a car for every year, and that was the car that they chose to display for 2 years, representing 1972. So lots of documentation on that car. Really cool, interesting story on this car too, and I'll definitely do something separate on that low mileage survivor car down the road. So yeah, this is a little bit more about the shop.